everyone, welcome back to Bukio TV. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn the bell notification on. So anytime we upload new video onto YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you.
It's still Nigeria Decide 2019. We have been on the gubernatorial election as well as the State House of Assembly since morning, and we've been bringing you back-to-back reports. And before we go on that short break, we said we will be having an interview with a very special guest, and the guest is in the studio with me. But then, Omoyele Sowore. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's such an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Personally, actually.
Oh, it's easy to get me to be on a show like the cheap shows.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And it's match night, and we have been, Nigerians have been out there casting their votes to, elect who is going to be their governor for the next 4 years. People are out there, ensuring that this is who I want and that is who they want as well. So far, so good. The process has come to an end, and the collation has been going on. What is your assessment of the whole process? Can you say about it?
Based on what I know, first it's important to let people know that I'm not supposed to be in Lagos. I was supposed to vote in Ondo State,
Okay.
but two events happened. First, in Ondo State, we don't have a governorship election this year. The next one, I think, is 2020 or thereabout. Not sure of the exact date, don't quote me. And my local government where I was supposed to be at, our party, the African Action Congress, don't have a candidate running for the State House of Assembly. So I decided to stay back in Lagos. What I realized in staying in Lagos and from reports across the country from our members and people in the media is that this election has probably the lowest turnout of voters and participation, and you don't need to investigate why. People are losing interest and faith in the democratic process in Nigeria. They're no longer feeling that democracy through the ballot is producing the kind of results they expect when they go swear to get a voter's card and wait for months, and they get a permanent voter's card after that, and they go out and vote on election day, only for the elections to be determined, not at the polling unit, but the collation centers, and wherever else it goes after that. So the darkness that used to destroy our faith in our electoral process is back, and it's very sad. So that's my assessment today.
Okay, thank you. I was actually going to ask you the same question. After one saying that the confidence in INEC, would it be the result of voters apathy? And I think you already answered that question. Now, there is a report here on Twitter, someone saying having a little bit another angle to the voter apathy, saying that the outcome of February 23rd presidential election is the major cause of his annoyance, and the voter apathy reported almost in all the polling units in the country.
I agree with the person. I sent out a tweet this morning that apparently Nigerians have abandoned the polling units because they found out, discovered that election results are determined at the collation centers across the country. So it's true. People no longer feel like when they go out and vote. And I see something there on the tweet.
Yeah.
Some very heavy-duty French words. You say, F-U-C-K, INEC, just reek. That's a sentiment that is accepted by most people. But let's also address something more fundamental than that. The people, and this is very important, who are responsible for why this is happening are those who didn't go out to vote in the last election. 50 million of them stayed back at home, particularly young people. All the young people who were talking about voting and revolution and getting rid of the old guards, they did not vote in the last election. So what we got from the presidential election result was that almost the same number of people that voted in 2015 voted again this time around. No new addition if you're going to look at the figures. So all the children of democracy, people who turned 18, people who were born in 1999, they failed their generation. They failed this country. And there's a reason why we're getting the same kind of results we're getting now. People didn't vote. All the voters that didn't come out to vote amount to almost 50 million people, because there are 84 million registered voters. 72 point something of them reportedly got their voters card. So they were ready and out of that, only about 28 million people voted. If you add 15 million to 11, it's not even that close. So you have almost 50 million people vote. If you didn't go out to vote last time, you are the cause of what we have today. I'm not shifting guilt. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just the FUCK reality. FUCKNG reality that we messed up big time. And those are the people who have the best opinions on Twitter, Instagram. They didn't go out to vote, and they did not do anything to move this country forward. If they had voted, they would have outsmarted the 15 million voters who voted for Mr. Lifeless as against Mr. Corrupt. And this time around, we presented to the Nigerian people a real alternative to the failed political class, but they didn't take advantage of it. And here we are complaining 2 weeks later of the same problems that we did nothing about 2 weeks ago.
All right. It's obvious because the figures we got from INEC of the received PVCs as against the set of people that went out to vote. Do you have any suggestions as regards how to sensitize, or do you think there is a better way to ensure that people really do go out to do this
civic duty? It has to happen. It has to be. You can't force people to go and vote. It's popular saying that you can take a cow to the stream, you can't force it to drink, or a horse, whatever one you call it. It's exactly the thing. If we don't go out to vote, if we don't exercise our civic duty, if we did, there will be enough voters that could help us prove that these guys did not win. I mean, both Buhari and Atiku, you can argue that yes, they scared people with soldiers, but not everybody is scared of soldiers. I'm not scared of soldiers. I went to my village to vote. I deployed a drone. Soldiers shot at teeth. I confronted them. Everybody can do that, and we outnumber soldiers. The entire military strength in Nigeria is not. I don't think it's up to 1 million people, 1 million fighters, and there are 22 million registered voters who identify themselves as students, which means that they are going to school somewhere, even if it's in their head, they're students somewhere. So how can 22 million people not, outnumber 1 million soldiers, assuming every soldier is armed and out there trying to suppress? That means there will be almost, how many? It's like 5 people to a soldier, or more. So we have a problem that we have to solve there. It's like there has to be this natural consciousness that must happen for us to get out of the situation that we are in today. The angst and anger you express on Twitter or Facebook don't last for as long as the timeline is overrun by another timeline.
Okay, coming back to today's to the gubernatorial election that is ongoing, and I'm sure a lot of people want to know. Reports reaching us is saying that Rotimi Amaechi endorsed the APC candidate in Rivers State, the AAC candidate in Rivers State.
Yeah, that's
and that the AAC have refused to accept this endorsement.
Well, the national leadership of the AAC, which includes myself, cannot be part of the parody or the violation of principles of democracy that was happening. That's first the APC had perpetrated over the years. The reason why we set up our party was because we knew the APC could not take Nigeria to the promised land. The PDP can't do it, and we set up a party. And then suddenly, we fought very hard, and according to them, they didn't even deny it. The reason why they chose us was because they felt that we had the credibility that they can lash on. But that kind of credibility, collaboration, was going to pollute our brand. It was going to destroy everything we stand for. And we cannot be part of it because we know that what we do is do what APC knows how to do best, which is use the name of AAC to kill, rig, and destroy in Rivers State. So we don't want to be part of people who just went cold simply because we felt there's a benefit to be derived from winning an election. And we rejected that. But we made it very clear that we cannot determine what people do, who they choose to endorse, but nationally and as far as we're concerned, we don't want to be seen in the company or of these characters, and we made it very clear because we stand for something different, something bigger than and something unique that APC doesn't stand for.
Okay.
And we know that they don't believe in our, even though they claim that they believe in our credibility. If they did, they would have abandoned. Rotimi Amechi should have abandoned Buhari and asked people to vote for me 2 weeks before now. Then
Right.
maybe somehow, I would have believed that. But the rest, as they say in New York, is baloney.
Alright, if you're just joining, it is still Sarah TV, and we have a very, very special guest in the building in person of Mr. Omoyele Sowore. If you do have a question for him, you can always call and be a part of the show. The number to call is 080-3281-6217. You want to be a part of this conversation, kindly call 080-3281-6217. Do have +234 if you're calling from outside of Nigeria. Sir, back to a very particular question a lot of people have been asking, and that takes us to the independence candidacy and voting in the diaspora. Do you think there is any likelihood of Nigeria getting to a point like this?
Yeah, we not only should Nigeria be there, we must make it a priority. That it must be part of the condition upon which we'll participate in the next electoral process. One is electronic voting. Secondly is the diaspora voting. And the right of individuals to vote, to partake in the electoral process without being a member of a political party.
Cut you short.
Yes.
We have a call coming in. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay, I think, hello. Okay, good evening. Good evening, this is Sarah TV. Okay, we lost our call. Please do call us back 080-3281-6217. That's the number to call, and then you can air your view as regards the conversation ongoing. Sorry to cut you short, sir. I think
there's another call coming in.
Okay, someone else. Hello, good evening. Good evening. I'm fine, thank you. This is Sarah TV. What's your name and where are you calling us from? What's your name, please? All right, what is your name? Okay, I think. Abubakar, thanks for calling.
Abubakar, I heard you right. I participated in an election 2 weeks ago, and what I said after the election was that the election itself was an act of aggression against Nigerian people. It wasn't an election. I have to tell you the truth. I've been involved in reporting on a lot of elections, and Nigeria has always deteriorated, in terms of electoral integrity, or would I say yes? But this one is the lowest. I have to tell you, this is probably the worst election in Nigeria, and they know it. And this is Mr. Integrity riding on the back of corruption to get a second term. That tells you the story of what Nigeria has been. I think there's another call coming in.
Yeah, there's another call. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening. This is Sarah TV. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Okay, Kenny, what's your take, please? All right, we can hear you, Kenny. Thank you very much, Kenny. All right.
So yeah, thank you, Kenny, and I think there's another call coming in. So these things don't stop. All right.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Okay.
Thank you. I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. Thank you so much. I completely agree with you, and I think I missed you in the UK this last weekend. You know, when I come back, I hope you join us. We're going to be visiting the UK and other parts of the world. Yeah. Thank you. Also, don't stop organizing on your end. Okay. Yeah, don't stop organizing on your end, because we need to. We all need ourselves. We all need ourselves, and we need to. It's obvious now that an election is just taking place. We have not even finished counting in the election, and we're already regretting. We haven't finished counting. In fact, INEC is yet to publish the results of the presidential election almost 2 weeks after. I don't think they can find the results. So, yeah. But I agree with you completely. We have to start planning, because we did this for a whole year, and at the point we said it felt like 1 month. You know, it felt like one day just went by pretty fast. Yeah. We will be focused on it, but we also have to be very clear about what happened in this one so that we don't run into the same problems. Mm-hmm. If we ignore the booby traps on the part of democracy, these nasty operators of our democratic process, we are going to be back in the same place in 4 years, and we'll be regretting. We wish we talked about it. We have to discuss every issue exhaustively, analyze very well, and then move forward in a manner that gives us the kind of edge that we need to throw these guys out completely in 2023, or even before then, because there are a lot of elections that are coming before then, and we must partake in all. I think there's another call coming in.
All right, thank you so much. All right. Okay. All right.
We have 4 years to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you. All right. I'm sure a lot of calls are coming in.
Yeah, I see somewhere from Spain. My goodness, the calls are non-stop. Do you have any questions for me on my end?
Before we get to the question, hello, good evening.
From Germany.
Colin, your name is what?
Madrid, Spain.
Okay, Madrid, Spain. All right. Go ahead with your contribution. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Take it back, man. Take it back.
Thank you very much.
Action.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sure there are a lot of other people on the background that would have loved to
speak
with you.
I know.
But then, before we take a look, I think we should get some questions.
There are only two major questions there.
Okay.
They wanted to talk about Major Comrade and
Mega Comrade.
Mega Comrade, and about the River State, which you.
I think I've addressed it. I've addressed River State. We've taken a position. Our position is very clear, as well known. With regards to Mega Comrade, this is a familiar tactic. You know, this is a political party that's bigger than any individual. It's even bigger than me, and I won't address any individual issues. I think individual issues have a place to be addressed within the party machinery, and we'll do that. But you know, we've been through this before, guys. You know that Mega Comrade is who he is, Mega Comrade. So that's my response to that.
Okay, I really do have a particular question, and
you have a particular question. Go ahead and ask it.
A lot of people have been, like the last caller mentioned, the fact that grassroots campaigning would be of help.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a strategy that you would not want to consider following again that was not helpful from the last election?
Listen, there's no strategy and a political rule book that we did not use in the last election. We campaigned more than almost all the candidates, all the non-presidential candidates combined together. We went to the grassroots, we went on water, we went in the marketplaces, we went to schools, we met teachers, we met students, we met, people who are professionals, we met everybody. We traveled around the country. We traveled outside the country to at least 7 countries almost, I think. Was it 7 countries or about 7? We did South Africa. Yes, almost 7 countries. We did South Africa, we did Australia, we did Spain, Italy, we did Germany. We did Ghana, we did the United States, we did Canada.
But is there a reason why some other persons are still saying that they do not know of the presence of AAC in some of the states?
It's turning out not to be true. How do you know it? People say they don't know AAC. How did Amechi know AAC? That's a federal minister, right? You expect him to know AAC because she's a federal minister, but they know AAC well enough that they can give instruction in 24 hours for AAC to be voted for in a state as remote as River State. It's remote from where AAC should be known. And the reports they are getting is that AAC is actually getting people to vote for AAC. What people say sometimes when they say they don't know is that you are not playing politics the way they are used to, which is the politics of what you have for us and things like that. And we made it clear from the beginning, from the inception, that we will not buy votes and we will not bribe people. We're here with a new currency policy, which is selling ideas to people. And that's what we went out to do. We fulfill our own side of the bargain. We reached out to Nigerians, we gave them new ideas, we gave them new policies, we discussed, debated, analyzed issues. We were asked the highest number of questions. We answered the highest number of times. In fact, at times we were repeating the same questions every day. We were transparent about even our locations. We live stream everywhere we go. Even when we are getting on a plane, as we are landing, if you're getting in a vehicle, we traveled by road. We did everything possible. But one thing we didn't do was have the money to be handing out to people, which we didn't do. And now the people who did it, in fact, people who collected money last week are claiming that they are broke today. And it's just 2 weeks. So
apparently,
hopefully, so many people learn their lessons.
Yeah. Back to the calls. Is there any question there? No. All right. I think we should just take some more calls.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from? All right, please go ahead with your contribution. Okay. You can go ahead, please.
Yes, we are with you here. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
We can hear you. Yes, please.
Yes, we're here.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Well, thank you. It's a very interesting question, but you know what we found in the course of 1 year of campaigning around Nigeria is that a lot of people are actually ready. They have the consciousness, but a lot of people lack empowerment and they lack the self, confidence and dignity to take the next step. It takes a lot for you to go to polling units where there are 200 people shouting AAC, APC, PDP, and you alone look around left and right and you walk into the polling booths when you've been given 5,000 naira and you vote for AAC. It's difficult, and that's where we're moving people to. But the good news is that in less than 2 weeks after the election that you're talking about, people are claiming that they know AAC wants now. In fact, there is a video today showing that PDP distributed AAC polling agents cards because they were looking for credibility at the polling units. Yes. So someone like Amechi saw Accord Party, YPP, ANN in Rivers State, and then chose AAC and said it openly that the reason they chose AAC is because it's the only party with credibility.
Interesting.
That they could work. Yeah. So that tells you that they have been watching us, but what we need to be wary of, they will come at us from different angles. Do you know one thing I realized in this election after the election was over? Of all the parties that reportedly lost the election, everybody is concentrated on AAC. If you ask Nigerians now, how many parties are in Nigeria? And this is what I've always said has come to pass. They'll tell you it's APC, PDP, and AAC.
Yes.
Those are the parties that is in public consciousness. How did that happen when we didn't even have as many votes as most parties had? But you cannot remember the names of the other parties. It's like everybody scooped the party in between AAC and APC and PDP. And everybody's talking about AAC. Nobody's talking about YPP, as far as I know. Nobody's talking about ANN, as far as I know. Everybody's talking about AAC. Everywhere you go is AAC. PDP is interested in AAC. APC is interested in AAC. There must be something great that happened, and that is why I agree with you that whether they like it or not, the world is heading in that direction. But we must be ready. They will throw all kinds of things at us, including the kitchen sink, and they are going to send us the laity. They will send us bishops, archbishops of inequity to come and take over the party. That is why we distance ourselves from things that are not right. Even when some people feel like, oh, why don't you just close your eyes? It will favor you. I'm not going to be part of that.
All right. Thank you so much, Adetoyeshi, for calling. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your call. That's engaging.
All right. You can still keep your calls coming in 08032816217, and you can get through and share your thoughts and opinion as regards the topic. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, Harry, where are you calling from? All right, Harry, please go ahead with your contribution. Please go ahead with your contribution, Harry.
Wow. Now, yeah. Yeah. I agree with you too. It's going to be a lot of work, and we'll keep inviting all of you to keep joining us. We did something extraordinary this time around, and we appreciate you guys and hope that you stick around and help us build the biggest party that will take all these guys out in 2023 or even beyond them.
All right,
Someone's
thank
been
you.
calling from France. I've seen that for a while before they get upset with us.
Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello.
That's,
Okay, I think
that's
he
another
must
call.
call.
That's another call from Nigeria.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Oh, Kenny. Okay. Please go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Ken. Appreciate your call.
All right, this is the Germany call.
Mm.
Hello, good evening.
Actually, this is, you haven't done it yet. Okay.
Hello, good evening. I'm fine, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, Ayobami, do go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, how are you, sir? Thank you. How's everything going in Germany tonight?
Okay.
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 We yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Ayobami, for your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Obama. I think your questions are pretty clear. With regards to roadmaps, we are finishing the last election in this election cycle tonight. So until we're done, we won't be able to present a roadmap. Let's finish, the election of the governorship and state assemblies tonight, and then the party is not just Sowore party; it's the leadership, it's membership, and we will discuss all of this. Don't worry. I'm sure you're a member of the party. It shouldn't be difficult for you to present a proposal to the party. Don't waste your time with the National Assembly. Present a proposal to us, because everything you are talking about, we have to fight it out on the streets, in every embassy, consulates across the world. Until you confront these guys, I mean, really confront them, you're not going to get an inch of any rights. So that's something to know. Yeah. So, but if you're coming to Nigeria, let us know in advance. With you had, you assume that I understand Yoruba. Yeah. No. I'm not against you presenting something to them. I'm just saying that what will make them listen to you is not presenting something to you. It has to be that there's organized resistance against these people across the world. When they start hearing that Nigerians are sitting in front of all the embassies and consulates, and when Buhari goes somewhere, Nigerians going to tell him we want diaspora voting, we need electronic voting, and they can't travel anymore locally and abroad is the only thing you're hearing, then they'll listen to you. I know these guys very well. They all have ear infection, political ear infection. They use earplugs until you remove it by force. Then they listen to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ayobami. Thank you. All right. I think these calls are not going to stop.
We're not going to stop, and we don't have all the time.
We don't have all the time, but I think I should just ask you this last question. So,
yeah. Go ahead.
Do you have a question there?
So they are asking your stand on Rotimi Amaechi's endorsing people, or Rotimi Amaechi himself.
We have been very, very clear, persistently clear. Our party has issued two statements. I have spoken about it today. We spoke about it the other night as well, that we are not part of Rotimi Amaechi's endorsement of AAC candidate. We are not part of it. Even the candidate himself has spoken, I think, on BBC, and I think I heard that he spoke on TVC today, making it clear that the national body was not part of it. He was his own personal initiative with the state apparatus. We cannot be unevenly yoked. Is that how they say it in the Bible? Yes, with people who are in love with inequity. As I'm sitting here, there are reports from Rivers State saying that violence has been deployed to win election. AAC cannot be part of it. No matter how attractive it looks that we are going to win, or that we will not. I will not be part of people who will step over innocent people's blood to attain power simply because it's sweet. No, that's very. We've been very clear about that. No.
Okay. So
you have a final question.
Yes, I have a final question.
Yes.
It's been said that a lot of people do not agree with what happened, the results we had at the February 23rd election.
Yeah.
But this result is going to be what will carry us for the next 4 years. So what do you think would be, how do you see Nigeria unfolding for the next 4 years? What do you think would be happening in the country?
Already despondency has set in, and there's something called bias remorse. Even the people that voted for the APC, assuming they did, are already regretting that they voted. You notice that this is an election in which there was a winner who couldn't celebrate.
I actually mentioned that to somebody, and
even though they put a vote face the other day and they're like, "Oh, we're celebrating," you can't find any legitimate celebration
even
of
amongst
the
people.
Yeah, people are unhappy. The next moment after results started trickling in, that shows that these people have gotten themselves back into office. Because I refuse to accept that an election took place. This is not an election. It doesn't matter whether foreign observers, local observers say it's free and fair. It don't matter. If it's not free, it's not free. We have ample evidence to show that it's not a free and fair election. It's the reason why it's difficult for me to accept even the number of votes allocated to our party, because we have evidence that in places in Lagos where we had 143 votes, by the time we got to the collation center, it has been reduced to 53 votes. That means our votes were leaking out of the INEC basket on the way to collation. And it's just some of the worst fraud that you can perpetrate against voters. So I'm very, very clear about that. But I've also been very clear that the future, the brightness of our future, or the future of Nigeria's salvation, don't lie with an Atiku or a Buhari. So I won't be out of, Maron despondency, jump from fry pan to fire. All right. If you are jumping from fry pan to fire, there's a relief in between. before you get into the fire. In this case, there's none. It's crazy. It's a free fall for Nigerians, and that is why you also notice that even though people could tell that the PDP probably was a victim of a major injustice, but because they themselves have been perpetrating electoral injustice in the country, there is a sense of deja vu by Nigerians that, you know, well, maybe, you know, they don't deserve, they don't deserve any sympathy. And that is why this particular situation requires that we start now. You know, I have been saying it, and for those who listen to me very well all the time, that ultimately what the outcome of this election will lead to two things. Is either it will produce the results that will take Nigeria to the best level, or it will lead to a series of circumstances that will lead to a revolution. And it's looking like people are angry enough that the objective conditions for a revolutionary outcome is starting to set in. But even the best revolutions need good leaders.
Yeah, I do support that, and I do agree with that. All right, if you have been watching us, we have been having this conversation with Mr. Sowore Omoyele of the African Action Congress, and it has been an insightful one. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for bringing me.
Thank you so much for watching Bukio TV. Do not forget to comment below, share this video, and click on that subscribe button. And remember to tap the notification bell so you will be notified anytime we upload a video onto YouTube. Until I come your way again, stay beautifully blessed.